Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to Living World of Darkness, Rage Across New York, where in the immediate bloody aftermath of an unfortunate challenge outside of the cub dens in the Umbra, we find, most poignantly, the savaged body of the Ragabash known as Pounce. Next to it, collapsed and similarly bloodied, is John, the silver fang, well, the Arun cub, standing by, looking, I imagine, fairly shocked and horrified. Altani and Garm.
Altani has, definitely was, although I was not in the scene for connection issues, definitely was terrified, looked absolutely gutted, but now has regained some level of composure, and is, essentially he ordered John to take Hamid, and then is basically just kind of standing over him and the body, and has probably, howled to the den parents to come. And that's where we'll start our scene.
Voice of Veiled Rains does show up rather quickly. It's important to ask, are you guys in the Umbra or in the Tellurian?
In the Umbra.
You guys are in the Umbra. So when you see Voice of Veiled Rains appear, there is a soft sound of feathers as a raven spirit lands on her shoulder. She looks from Altani to John to the broken body of Pounce. What happened?
Altani steps forward and, gives a kind of bow. Dear Mother, we haven't met. It's unfortunate that we will meet in such circumstances, but a brawl between John here and the Ragabash Pounce escalated into a frenzy. And this is the result, and he gestures to the body.
John will pull himself up to his knees. And turn to look at the damn mother. She challenged my words to a fight. We fought. She frenzied. We tried to subdue her. But we couldn't. So I killed her.
Jason, for the record, deed name always late, is arriving at a dead run, having heard the noise from a distance. About in time to hear that.
And who presided over this challenge?
I did.
I see not the mistress of challenges.
No, she was not here. These two would fight anyway, so
Nor do I see a Philodox of rank here.
No, but they were going to fight anyway, so I thought at least somebody of the auspice should at least be involved.
You claim responsibility you have no right to.
They would have fought anyway if I
Yet.
hadn't.
Yes, we would have done.
Although I'm not relieving myself of any blame in this. The challenge was
done.
clearly improper. John here was clearly not capable of conducting himself.
Conducting myself.
Yes.
What do you mean by that?
You're an Aru, and it is your job to deal with the frenzy and Gaia, and instead you chose to kill her. A warrior of Gaia has died today, and that brings shame because of both of our actions.
I've said enough. I will not have emotions rise to bleed more blood upon the ground.
I was merely correcting John.
She turns to the raven spirit. Fetch 1,000 whispers. These events should also be for the truth catcher's ears. She says that in spirit speech.
Jason's not listening in any way. He's just staring at Pounce. Trying
Who
not
else
to ball
was
his hands
present?
into fists.
Who else was present?
I was.
What is your account?
He said that since she wasn't a falcon, she needed to be helped. She challenged his word. And then he challenged her for a combat. They both were going to fight, obviously being hot-headed.
I suspect I was not the one who said fight.
Perhaps. But still, considering your conversation, this was the logical issue. And, well, you turned into Krynos.
I did.
Yes. Which I would deem not the smartest idea for a combat of this nature. She tried to ask you for a combat in Hamid, and you chose to attack after giving her the choice of either fighting in Krynos or surrounding.
She did not ask for a combat in Hamid. She asked if we were going to fight in Krynos.
That's not how I recall.
Honestly, she like very hesitantly says, "Wait, we're doing this in Krynos."
Yeah. So he will say she asked you if you were doing it in Krynos. So, yeah, you sucker punched her. She bite you too. And in the end, you punch her again, which threw her into a frenzy. We couldn't stop her, and you chose to kill her instead
Yes.
of any other option.
Although I'd argue with the term sucker punch.
I would also. She was prepared for the fight. At least in spirit.
She was in Krynos as well. Gave her the opportunity to back down.
The lethality of the challenge is my fault. It was a challenge of dominance. Usually this means there is no real rules. If one wishes to escalate it, then the other can stop at any time, but I realize I failed in my fellow lot's duties to read the situation.
There is an individual who arrives to the place. Others will also see some Bonar Garu are like keeping other Garu to come here. The body of Pounce is like raising questions. And especially this being so close to the cub cabins and Pounce being a cub kind of raises more even questions.
Literally right outside the den.
Oh yeah, literally, like it's right outside then, and this people just wanders, but there are like Bonars are like keeping from more Garu to come there.
They're blocking off the area, basically.
Yeah, this individual. Go on, dude. You were saying something.
John was saying, faced with a choice: die or kill. That was my decision, not Altani's.
You're a Falcon's brood and you're an Arun. You have to hold yourself above the lesser tribes and lead by example, and you've not done that. And I have not done that either. I should have been setting a better example to you. As one of purer blood.
I was fighting to defend our tribe. What were you doing?
Moderating it. But have you increased our tribe's reputation? No. You've made us look like some kind of Fenrir brutes or Wendigo savages.
Why, thank you. I'm very touched.
The individual like comes close. In the Umbra, his spiritual residue looks strong, just like the voice of Veiled Rains.
Jason will salute him, but otherwise is going to go over to Pounce's body and attempt to pick it up.
He will raise his hand when you go to Pounce's body, as it means to stop. And he says, I
He'll
am
stop.
Thousand Whispers, child of Gaia, Atrophilodox, Hamid, true catcher of the Scepter of the Green. And then he will first look at Altani.
There's a courtly bow. Truth catcher, Thousand Whispers. I've heard many great things about you. I'm sorry that we should meet under such tragic circumstances. I'm Altani Nea, heir to House Blood Red Crest.
Philodox from Silverfang stock, Hamid. Am I correct?
You are Thousand Whispers, right?
He is looking at you still, like, you know, is not showing throat or doing anything?
He gave a courtly bow.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't roll over though, no.
Mm-hmm. He says, on your knees.
I'm quite sure that's not necessary.
On your knees.
Looks around and gets on his knees.
Jason is doing much the same, but it is clearly so that he can sit next to Pounce and not as further respect.
John is on his knees because it's as high as he can get right now.
Yeah, he is fucked up.
Yep.
He looks at Garm.
Yeah, Garm goes on his knees.
What is your name?
Garm Soderberg. Get a Fenris Broodstock. Beard, born on 2 legs.
He takes a deep breath and then looks at the John. He looks expectantly.
John's waiting for him to like. John's also looking.
Ah, okay.
Like looking at him like he's addressed everyone else first, and
Okay.
like John's just.
True, my mistake. He says, and you?
I am John Pym, a rune of the blood of House Wormfur.
Born on.
One moment. Born despised.
He doesn't laugh. It was me. I just enjoyed what you said. Oh, see.
In fact,
Can you
actually,
look-
no, sorry, can I actually change it? He'll say,
Completely, please.
born as none of these things. Born as one thing.
Thousand Whispers will not push for it. And then he will look immediately in Altani and say, what happened here?
There was a dispute. The Ragabash Pounce had been healed, wasted after a mauling by the punishment by the Den Father. Me and John here were surprised. In Silverfang Seps, we do not waste guys' breaths when guys' natural ability to heal is quite sufficient. John made the point that others of other tribes perhaps need more coddling than the tribe of heroes, and this resulted in a fight of which I decided to take some interest as a fellow Lox. It was declared as a challenge, although, as the Den Mother has pointed out, there was no Master of Challenge present. And, an assertion of dominance. Either one could back down at any point, and I said that a frenzy would end the challenge. They fought. Pounce frenzied after great injury, and was then put down by John. After him and Garma unable to restrain her.
Garm Soderberg, what happened? As his eyes shifts to Garm.
I have nothing more to say. This is pretty accurate. I will only add that, well, they went into Krynos, even if John was the first one to go into it. I have nothing more to add. Except that, well, in the end, he made the
go on.
choice. No, he just say in the end he made the choice. He made the choice of killing her.
Okay. He doesn't say anything, but I need to ask something to Meredith. Meredith, does your character feels angry because that the words being used as put down?
Oh, yes.
Can you please roll rage?
Yeah.
I would like to say if you have 4 successes, you will lose yourself and attack Altani in a rage, and there's a way for you to stop this before happening. It's spending willpower.
Willpower. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
So you know.
No, that was the plan.
The difficulty is 8 currently.
Actually, Gaia's birthday today.
Oh.
Not Gaia's birthday, Luna's birthday. It's the Lunar New Year.
Maybe
Are you
the-
spending power or not?
Well, we're going to live dangerously.
We're not going to spend willpower. Okay, folks.
You said div 8?
Spend a willpower
it's
for
diff
success
8
on the
today.
rage roll. Yeah, don't spend it to restrain. Spend it for the automatic success.
Yeah.
You know it. No, wait
You
a
guys know
minute.
the way. You guys know it.
No. In fact, I botched.
There is no botch in rage rolls, sadly.
Thank
I wish it
goodness.
happened, and I wish actually there was a botch in rage rolls. But well,
I can't even
you
imagine
are-
what would happen with a botch in a rage roll, but that's beside the point.
Yeah.
That's how bone gnawers are born.
Jason
Fox
is
frenzy.
visibly upset, but he's deep breathing and going woosah, woosah.
John
But he's
Prim.
staring daggers
Yes.
at the prince.
If you're staring at me, then I'll stare back. And roll them bones.
Please roll charisma intimidation
Mhm.
plus pure breed.
John.
Yeah.
No,
Nice.
the
Stare down.
he's staring at the prince. He said so. Altani,
Your difficulty against me is
your willpower.
Yep, 7. And you need 5 successes. What's your willpower?
6.
Okay. I have.
I have to actually figure out find my chart. Hang on. You said I'm. What am I rolling?
Charisma
No, that's what it was.
intimidation.
Plus any pure breed.
Yes,
Ha.
plus any pure breed.
Nope, I'm a mutt. And you said diff 7?
Yep.
3.
Nice. What's your whiz?
Wits is 4.
I need 7 successes. You need 5, and we're both on 3. So we roll again now.
Please roll again.
I have it.
Yeah, I suspect you're gonna win.
It was a
Um,
bad idea to look at him.
I'm aware. Out of
Altani,
character. Jason has no fucking clue.
what you can spend a willpower to continue if you want to maintain the stare.
He does not want to start a fight right now. No.
So Altani doesn't like scowl or growl as some Garu word. There's just this steely kind of haughty down the nose stare of a noble-born Silverfang.
And one thing that the Jason would realize is that the Altani is every Silverfang he saw has this like really good standing to it themselves.
Mm-hmm. Altani has more than usual.
Has more than usual. Like Altani
Yeah.
is unique.
He's a
like
prince.
the word unique can be used for him.
I mean, like he's the only one, like in a snowstorm.
Yeah.
Especially like. So basically, you can, like you lost a stare down, so you kind of have to like avert your eyes, and the dominance is asserted.
He does. It's like stare. Okay, we're done.
Actually, I think I had lower difficulty on that roll because of my merits, but it's fine. I forgot.
Too bad.
Yeah.
You won anyway.
Desmond,
Mm-hmm.
you were guarding
Did he
something.
just like magically show?
I was gonna say like you're here. The Pounce is dead. Like the Bonars are whispering. There's like kinfolks are talking in the Umbra. There's no kinfolk, but the people were talking and people in shock. There's also rumor that the right outside of the cub cabins, there's a the true catcher is asking questions. So, would you like to follow this up, or?
Yeah, Desmond will be there. Desmond will be present, and he'll probably be right behind the truth catcher. He will give those of appropriate rank, respect, and stuff, and he'll just listen before he is asked to start asking questions, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And he just hit his thing first.
After recognizing the Desmond's presence, True Catcher will look at John and say, "John Pym,
Yes.
tell me what happened."
The Ragabash and I had an argument, as I say. And the Silverfangs. We do not heal each other when it's unnecessary. What's the point? Maybe the other tribes need help.
Please keep your thoughts regarding other tribes out of what you're about to say and tell me what happened.
She said that she wanted me to take back my words, or that she would fight me. I shifted into my Kronos. And I said it again. Altani, she said that he would officiate the challenge. It's worth pointing out, John is talking very slowly in a lot of pain, just for Desmond reference. He's covered in blood and like on his knees.
Yeah, completely. He has 7 ag at the moment.
Yeah.
He is, seconds from dying.
No, because he has huge size, so he has 8 health levels.
No, I know he's seconds away from dying because he's at 7 ag. I know that he has a huge size. That's why he's alive.
Yeah.
Someone hits him real hard, he's dead.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or a strong wind.
Yeah, strong wind. Yeah, like she questioned it. We were doing it in Krynos. I said she wanted to back down. That was fine. If not, we'd fight. She stayed standing. We fought. Traded blows. Her rage kept her alive. Tried to restrain her, but thought I had a hold. She wriggled free from me, and the Fenrir helped. Sorry, Garm, Theurge helped. So, chose to kill her.
Do you hide any words, any occurrences, any actions?
On an OC level, if anyone thinks that I am, who is in this thing, I genuinely, John's not trying to, like, that I can really.
The only question I have is the way that I read what was in the chat. Pounce was still wounded when the combat began?
No, she was allowed to heal up.
Okay, did she finish healing?
Yeah. Altani
Okay.
made sure of that.
Okay, good.
Your manipulation plus subterfuge is a really low dice pool.
It is. Like, this is the point. Like,
yeah.
that's why I'm asking other people. Sorry, I'm genuinely not trying to
No,
keep
seems
any,
like it.
any secrets at all. Like, he's because he genuinely doesn't feel like he's really done anything wrong. Like, it's regrettable, but he doesn't feel guilt.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he's just giving his account from his point of view, and that's how he sees it.
He looks at Garm and says, "Did you hide any occurrences, actions? Anything that happened? When I ask you what happened?"
I don't lie.
Ask your question. Did you hide any actions, occurrences,
Not
things
of
that
my
happened? He takes a deep breath and says, "I will ask you one last time. If you don't answer the way I want, which is yes or no, I will give you a punishment. Now, did you hide any occurrences, actions, anything at all when I ask you what happened?"
No.
Did he? Also?
No.
Okay, thank you.
No.
No, I'm asking him, like the because I need to do this. I apologize.
Somebody has Truth of Gaia active.
Yeah.
Yeah, as I assumed.
And then
It's
he
okay.
turns
Just build with Fenrir frustration.
and then he turns to Altani and asks the same question.
No, Thousand Whispers Rye. My word is the honor of House Blood Ridcrest.
Out of
Yes.
on the side, real quick, Jacob is approached by a raven spirit.
All right.
Requesting his presence at the den of the cubs.
All right. Yeah, he'll go.
All right. All right. Just wanted to get that out there in the scene. All right.
Philodoxes of the Sept will talk regarding this issue. Altani?
John will say, I'll say one other thing, if I may.
Yes, you can, Cub. Go ahead.
He will gesture to Pounce's body and say, she gave a good account. She fought for the honor of her blood and tribe. I think her tribe should know.
They will. John, unless someone takes you to a mission that has been approved by the Warder of the Sept, with the permission of your damn parents, you may not leave your damn parents' sight until your judgment is decided. And it will be decided next week. Oh, see, I say next week because, but I want to make sure everybody talks, but that's going to be it.
Who will take my shift guarding the crab? I made a promise.
One of the Guardians will. And I will find someone. If the
Jason
Guardians are
perked
busy.
up rather sharply.
He
Jason
will
will do it.
turn to Desmond and bow his head as much as he can. Say, I'm sorry, I cannot promise. I do what I promised.
Who did he say that to?
Pardon? You said that to Desmond.
Oh, he said, okay, Desmond is just going to look at him and just be, you got more pressing things to worry about than that. I will take up shift.
Thank you.
With respect, Thousand Whispers Rye, may I make a comment in addition?
Go on.
John has brought shame to our tribe by what he's done, but he was not properly led by those of pure blood. I allowed this incident to happen on my watch. I am equally as responsible for the death of this Ragabash as he is. And I should be punished equally, whatever that may be.
No.
That will be up to Philodoxes of the Sept. And myself.
What? You wouldn't even need a perception empathy roll to tell that if John had the energy left to stand, he would definitely be like have just got up and punched Altani in the face.
You hear him say no or something?
He wiggles weakly.
He said,
No,
when Altani said
flopped.
responsibility.
Like a fish.
When that happened, Esther is just going to point at him like, you sit down. You don't get to say anything. It's best for you to just stay quiet.
I will take responsibility for my own actions.
The Thousand
You don't
Whispers
decide.
face is like charming, but he Desmond, go on, speak. I'm sorry.
Nah, you don't get to decide that. He does. I mean, he does, and he points to Truth Catcher.
Now,
You are both at fault for different reasons. Donnie, you should have done what you could to avert the challenge. You had no right presiding over it. Not yet. And John, there was always the option to run. The challenge
John looks
was over.
down, looks at the Lupus Garu next to him. Perhaps I'd have escaped. You are right. Perhaps.
with all due respect, voice of veiled reigns, I would like to remain. No, I will take the Philodoxus and talk regarding to this. Including cups.
With
It will be a
gratitude.
learning lesson for them.
Jason will get to his feet.
And actually, she's a Metis guru, by the way. Just saying that.
Yeah, I know.
Not a lupus. But respect is received. Oh, sorry.
The I think John meant the Lupus Garu. Who
Yeah,
was
no,
lame.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I got that. Yeah. Yeah, she just turns to the Truth Catcher and says, "Your respect is greeted with gratitude. Make the decisions as you will, Truth Catcher."
He turns and looks at the cubs and says, "You may rise. Follow me."
Oh. He will. Yeah, Jason had already stood up, but he will
I
follow.
do the STs want to roll for John to stand? Can he physically stand?
Oh,
Does he need to crawl?
He set it to he set it to Philodoxus.
Okay, sorry.
May rise.
Mm-hmm.
And because he will take the Philodoxus and leave.
Mm-hmm.
But Robbie, are you here? Oh, he left the chat. God damn it.
Robbie's been like.
Robbie's having some difficulties.
Yesterday. Like he kept falling in and out of the hangout, especially like the longer it went on, and then he couldn't hear anything. And
it's completely okay. Shit happens.
Yeah.
Chris, Diamond, and Meredith, are you guys open for another scene? I don't want to steal.
Absolutely.
Was Jacob
There's
here
one
the whole
thing.
time, or is he still arriving? Because I still haven't got an answer to that question.
I didn't see.
Oh, sorry.
Up to you, Rob.
We can. You can say that you stepped. You heard the. You were there for the verdict that the Philodoxes of the Sept will decide punishment.
Okay.
You were there for. You heard the Den Mother. Basically tell Altani that he is at fault and John that they are at fault for different reasons. Yeah.
Next time. In fact, and also John will turn to the Den Mother and say, "Next time I'll remember to die."
Who were you looking at when you said that?
The Den Mother.
Oh. You are indeed still a child if you think that is what happened.
You can think that.
Truth catcher.
He looks right before he leaves.
I offer this in penance. These were my cups. It is apparent that their education is still lacking. I offer this in penance. And very quietly, she takes out a silver knife and she slices her left thumb off.
She cuts her what?
Her left thumb off.
Mm-hmm. She gets a nod from Truecatcher. But that's all. As he will continue moving and waiting Philodoxus to follow him.
Jason flinches at the sight of the self-mutilation, but will follow.
Truth Catcher is going to probably hear this and basically when Desmond's walking up, he just going to be like mumbling to himself like thumb cat life. That's what he just mumbled. So
I did not hear that. You were all robot-y.
my bad. He just Desmond like mumbling if like people close to him, preferably the Truth Catcher or Jason, he's just gonna say a thumb don't replace a life and just keep walking.
John will nod. Yes.
Wait, what? Yes, what?
You guys...
He's agreeing with what Desmond said.
Yeah. Did he hear Desmond? Because Desmond is up with...
Okay.
He's walking with the Truth Catcher.
Okay, fair enough then. Yeah, he wouldn't. I apologize, I thought he was still here.
Would you guys like to end the scene there, or remaining Garm? You guys want to continue, and I will set another hangout for the Philodoxus.
I'm happy to end the scene there.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you all players for playing, and all any watchers for watching. And goodbye.